Welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at r/interesting as F, Saturn through my 6-inch telescope. Oh, that's so cool actually. I mean, I don't know what I expected. It looks like Saturn. It's cool that just a person with a telescope, with a 6, see ladies? It's like we've been saying all along. It's amazing what you can do with just 6 inches. Nah, for real. Whenever someone talks about their own telescope, you expect to see a little like speck. But this looks sweet. This makes me want to get a telescope, but I can't because I live in the city, so like what's the point? I feel like that'd be a hobby that I could really get into. It's just, you kind of got to live out in the country for it to work, so I guess I'm out of luck there. News anchor from the other angle. This is like the meme of Homer Simpson bunching up all the fat in his back in front of Marge. She looks like a bomb hostage. Sandra Bullock from Speed, when the villain like strapped a bomb to her, she even kind of looks like, please, please don't blow me up, sir. A Norwegian prison cell. Damn, this is literally nicer than my college dorm. And he's got a TV too? I'm not even exaggerating. My college dorm was a room maybe a little bit bigger than this, but it had 3 people in it. Yo, hold up, is that a... Is that hand lotion? Why do you think he needs so much hand lotion? He must have really, really dry hands. Physics teacher teaching Bernoulli's principle.
I wonder how many breaths it would take me to fill up this incredibly long plastic bag. Do you think there's any way I can fill this whole thing up with one breath? I bet you I can. Stay tuned to the end to see the real answer, but let me show you the standard way of filling this up. We'll take our breaths.
This guy's giving like a cheerful Walter White vibe. Didn't Walter White wear a lot of green shirts on the show? Am I making that up?
One hardly did anything. There's 10. I'm not even halfway there and I'm ready to pass out. Is there perhaps a better way to do this? Let's see. We're going to use something called Bernoulli's principle. We're going to blow into the bag, but we're not going to put our mouth right on the bag. And what happens there is as we blow in, surrounding air is pulled in as well to the low pressure area. This is Bernoulli's principle.
Yo, that's so cool.
Filled up the whole tube.
What a Chad science teacher. You can tell because of you can tell because of that frame right there. This guy lays pipe. The only thing my science teacher taught was how to get the English teacher pregnant 4 years in a row. He should have blown right outside the hole and not in it. Technically correct. but then all the surrounding loads would get pulled in. Oh no, this thread. Sometimes I hate Reddit. But then 3 strangers come together to set up something like this, and my faith is restored. Yes, they came together inside the English teacher. I grew this crystal from scrap copper and vinegar. It's called copper acetate, and it took 7 months to grow. The crystal formed naturally, and it's not cut or polished. This guy grew this, and it naturally made this shape? I don't really understand why it has a pubic hair coming out of it, but this looks sweet. Oh, he does lots of crystals. What a cool hobby. Blue sky. Once again, we are comparing people to Walter White. Oh, the pubic hair suspends them in the solution. And I guess the solution crystallizes around the crystal, because otherwise it would have to rest on the bottom. So it's a functional pubic hair. Yo, look at these. How do you do this? This is so sweet. My uncle used to make crystals. Now he's in prison. My sister passionately hugs for crystals and crystal, either way. Yo, look at this thing. Can you imagine getting hit by that snowball? This is the world's most deadly snowball. It's like a spherical ninja star. An alignment of Earth, Mars, Venus, Saturn, and Jupiter from Africa at 4 a.m. Yo, this is sick. For those curious, starting with Earth at the bottom. Oh, obviously, in case you didn't know. This right here, it's planet Earth, it's not Mars. I know you might have thought that. It's Jupiter, Venus, Mars, and then Saturn. Jupiter, Venus, Mars, and then Saturn. A caterpillar that takes the form of a snake when it feels threatened.
I've finally found a caterpillar that I've been wanting to meet for a long time. This is the best caterpillar in the world. Kind of looks like a dead stick. Until you annoy him.
Yo, what the hell?
he turns into a perfect little viper.
That's so
Around
cool.
as well. There you go. He puffs up those eyes. They fill
Oh,
there.
wow.
He's
If you
even
show
got
me this picture,
white-
like if you just showed me the screenshot right here, I would have been like, that is straight up a snake. It even has like little scales on the mouth.
Fill there. So they've even got the white spots that look like reflections in the eyes. And people are scared of these.
That's so cool.
You can see.
How do I know that's not a snake that takes the form of a caterpillar when it feels cute and fuzzy? What is it called? The spice bush swallowtail caterpillar is the best in the world, obviously. Yo, why does that caterpillar have such a suggestive name? It has a spicy bush and it swallows tail. What horny scientist named that caterpillar? A shark's brain and a dolphin's brain. Okay, so, I mean, obviously the size difference here is huge, but why is the shark's brain shaped like a couple of earphones, right? You just pulled them out of your pocket and they're knotted in the middle, then you got your two earbuds coming out. Or it looks like a little dude who's been flipped upside down and is about to get his head dunked in the toilet as a swirly. I guess sharks are kind of the bullies of the ocean. Valonia ventricosa, the largest single-cell organism on Earth. Yep, this is a single living cell. What? This looks like a forbidden grape. You guys ever go to Reddit? What is it called? Forbidden Snacks? All right, first post, forbidden grapes. It's all about stuff that looks like delicious food, but you can't eat it because it is not food and it will be disgusting or deadly. Forbidden chocolate lobster. Every year our aunt in Maine sends us a little handmade chocolate lobsters. This year they're soap. Guess how I found out? The aunt played the long con. You think if you eat soap, does your poop come out smelling fresh and flowery? Like, oh, it stinks in here. Don't worry, I got you covered. Smells like a fresh summer day. What are these things anyways? They're not grapes, obviously. I found some of these pre-peeled forbidden ocean grapes off a Nova Scotian beach a couple of years ago. Apparently they're invasive. Also known as bubble algae or sailor's eyeballs. Yo, what kind of sailor has eyeballs like that? Editor, why don't you replace a couple of sailor's eyeballs with these things and see how they look? This is how much food you can get for the cost of a pack of cigarettes in Australia. Yo, what? How much is a pack of cigarettes? Like $300? And this is the pack of cigarettes that shows teeth rotted out by smoking? Man, they say smoking kills. Not because of lung cancer, because you'll starve to death. Who can afford to do this? Is this real? This can't be real. There are single packs of cigarettes that cost $63? Oh my God. So some bees decided to make a hive in between the windows and the shutters. Yo, that's so cool. You have friendly bee neighbors. You guys want to hear my favorite bee fact? I mean, I don't have a lot of bee facts, to be honest, but I think this one's super neat. You got the classic honeycomb structure, right? The hexagonal shapes, but actually bees don't make hexagons. They don't care. What they make is circles, but the heat from all those bugs moving around and just being living organisms that produce heat, the heat from the bees makes the wax soft and it puts pressure on the honeycomb. And so the circles naturally compress into these hexagon shapes here because that is the most energy efficient shape in nature, or one of the most energy efficient shapes. In fact, actually, if you look at this picture, you can see the condensation here because the window pane is hot from the bees. So it's making condensation here. Isn't that cool? The most difficult letter/character of the world. Wait, do I actually know what this character is? I think I do. I think it's like Bang Bang Noodles or Biang Biang Noodles or something like that. This is complicated as hell. Am I right? Are these the noodles? I actually think they are. Does it have a little smiley face? Yeah. So there's literally one Chinese character I know. It's these noodles. Am I right? It is! So for those who don't know, my wife is Chinese and we went to China and we went to the province where these noodles are famous. And she was explaining the story, like the legend of how this symbol came to be. The symbol is needlessly complex just for the sake of being needlessly complex. It's like supercalifragilistic expialidocious. So apparently some Chinese calligrapher was like traveling around and he ordered a bowl of noodles and he didn't have any money to pay. And the legend I was told was that he offered to create a word, a character for that shop's noodles as like a way to pay him. So he made these noodles, and each of these symbols, like one symbol means like how it's cooked, one symbol means the shape of the noodles, one symbol means the meat, something like that. And you end up with this complicated gobbledygook that means biang biang noodles. At least that's what I was told when I went to China. Oh, here we go. Chinese speaker here. It describes the process of creating the noodles. Yeah, I'm right. I don't know a lot of facts about the Chinese language, but this is one thing I know. Because I went to this restaurant and people made a big deal about this crazy complicated character. And I ate the noodles and they were pretty good. They were pretty good. 6'9" compared to 5'1". Damn, she barely makes it past this dude's legs. Man, imagine getting chased down by this dude. By Officer 6'9", by Officer 69. Officer Judy Hopps in real life. This reminds me of Reddit. Same species. I don't know if you guys ever go to that subreddit. The point of this subreddit is it shows two people who are like of the same species, but the difference is huge. And it's okay. Well, this wasn't what is this just a booby subreddit? I wasn't expecting this when I came here. Yo, I can't show this stuff. I mean, I can barely show these and they're clothed. Yo, editor, you got to blur out all of these thumbnails. This whole subreddit is NSFW. Reminds me of something. It reminds me of something too. All right, I gotta leave this place. I'm gonna get demonetized. Collision physics of a truck hitting the security barrier. Yo, damn. I think the driver's dead. He got chopped in half. And isn't there supposed to be a whole ass engine in here? Where'd it go? Just get deleted? Was there even an engine in this truck? They did a similar demonstration with an F-4 fighter jet hitting a concrete barrier at high speed. The plane just disappeared. What? Oh. All right. So you literally do mean disappeared. It just got deleted. Here, let me do a reenactment of this video. Man continues to film Andover tornado right up until it swallows his yard. Hold up, I gotta stop for a second. You can see right here, these are like power lines or something. I think that's what's causing the explosion because I saw them spark and you can see a little like flare here. Yeah, it's ripping out the power lines. So it's a fire tornado, an electrically charged fire tornado. Dude, you need to get inside. I'm got a little bit of anxiety here. There goes those. Go inside! Man, this freeze frame. Can you imagine getting caught in that? Today I learned that tornadoes are windy everywhere, not just in the funnel. I always thought that it was like windy in the funnel and then immediately around the funnel. Back here, how far away is this? It's like I don't know, maybe 100 to 200 yards away. And it's still windy enough to rip off this fence. These are heavy wooden panels, man, flying through the air. You ever gotten a splinter? You ever gotten a little splinter in your finger or in your toe? How badly that hurts? Imagine getting a splinter, but instead of a splinter, it's a wooden post. It's like this long and this big around. I would be in a bathtub crying. For those who don't know, if there's a tornado, you're supposed to hide in a bathtub. I don't just go to bathtubs to cry. I mean, here, it's a specific thing you're supposed to do. So I would go do this specific thing, and then once I'm there, I would cry. The guy who filmed this also saved a guy by giving him CPR a few months ago. And the same guy is now helping pay for his damaged home. Oh, it's like cosmic karma. The good deed has been rewarded. I grew up hearing the story over and over of how my grandma and my mom, when she was a kid, both were screaming at my grandpa to get in the basement as a tornado went right over their house. It hadn't touched down yet, so my grandpa was like, well, once in a lifetime opportunity to watch a tornado really close without dying. So he stood 1 foot in the house and watched that thing fly over him. It happened in Minnesota, I think, so definitely not tornado country. The dad energy. Standing out on the porch every time there's a storm or tornado or any kind of natural disaster warning. 150-meter aluminum sea serpent skeleton sculpture in St. Bravin near Nantes, France. This looks sick! Can you imagine being like 8 and your parents, who know what's up, take you to the beach and say, hey buddy, we're going to the beach today. And you see this thing, your head would explode! Stumbling upon this as a kid would be cooler than any amusement park because it would fuel your imagination. Well, I guess also and your nightmares, depending on how brave you are. For years and years. What can I find out about this thing? Here it is at low tide. It looks cool. It looks less cool. It looks better with the water for sure. Yo, that looks sweet. High tide version is scary AF. Yeah, no kidding, man. Accidentally bumping into it while swimming would make me shit myself. You and me both, brother. All right, so that was r/interesting as fuck. See ya.